What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Offroad Outlaws, and today what we're going to do is take the Ford Bronco and make a build out of it. I'm thinking that we go for a little bit of a mud truck build, because why not? I haven't really done, like, you know, a mud truck build out of, like, a short wheelbase vehicle in a while. So let's do it. I do want to point out that this is definitely a Ford Bronco and not a Scout like some people try to say, because obviously you can see right here, 69 Bronco, same front end style, obviously without badges, and even on the taillights, right there, Ford Bronco taillights, exact same as what's in game, even, you know, the license plate holder. So yeah, just wanted to kind of point that out real quick for you guys, those that are you know, try to claim that it's a Scout. I knew immediately it was a Bronco, and so does like 90% of the people that play the game and have seen this. So let's jump right in it and go customize the body a little bit, because we definitely want to do that for a mud truck. We're just going to remove the front bumper. The rear bumper I think we're also going to remove, because yeah, we don't need no bumpers. We do have a roll cage we could put on here. I think we will put the caging on there, because it looks pretty good. Fender wise, I don't think we're just gonna cut the fenders. Definitely need those cut. We're not gonna put any skid bars or whatever you want to call them, rock sliders on it. We're going to throw a little light bar on it. No snorkel, no horns, no spare tire either. Even though the spare tire does look pretty good on the back of there. But we're not going to do it, because it'll be too tiny. We are going to diesel swap it, so let's go with a hood stack. We don't need a jack. Always need a winch on literally everything. We're going to go put the tiny light bar there. Change these lights over to white. We're going to throw a gun rack in the back, because why not? And a repair pack. Flags wise, yeah, we're going to add a flag. Just one, and we're going to add it to the back here. I think we'll just put it right there. Obviously, we're going with the American flag. We're going to raise it up a little bit, not a whole lot, but we're going to raise it up above the body. That way it won't be too much in the way of us driving it around. We can't tilt it, so yeah, let's bring it actually pretty straight. Oops, not the length, the tilt. I mean, it's kind of a little bit forward, or tilted a little bit forward, but that's, I just want it to kind of hide in there a little bit. So bring it over to there. Should look good. You can see it back there, but it looks pretty good right there. And that's literally American flag, that's all. Not going to put two flags on it. One will be just fine. And we're going to go with my purple that I love to do. Nice little dark purple. Turn it into metallic. Ooh, actually, we'll just go gloss, because gloss will look good on here. You can also do secondary color, which is obviously going to be the bed cap there. That is one really amazing thing that I love that they did, was do a secondary color. And I'm pretty sure even on the newer Bronco and the Blazer? Yeah, I think the Blazer. You can do that as well for the secondary. Oh, you can't choose separate. Okay, so we're just going to do matte colors then, because the gloss doesn't look good on the back cap there. So we're just going to do matte colors, and that'll look good. Do some window tint here. Go over here to the rims. I just want to put these rims on it with a bead lock, and I'm gonna leave the color the same. Actually, we're going to go chrome. So yeah, just turn those, change it to a bead lock, and change it to chrome, and voila, we got some nice chrome rims on there. Tire wise, this is going to be a mud truck, so we're going to go with the mud tire, or mud terrains, which, yeah, these ones do have the best mud. They're even better in sand, but they do have a good mud traction. So we're going to just go with those on here. Front and rear. Not going to do any type of dualies because I just personally don't like the dually look. I may come back and do like some decals and stuff, but just for the sake of the video length, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to go over here to the upgrades real quick. Up all the engine power, the grip, the weight, swap it to diesel, all that nice lovely stuff. Manual gearbox, install the e-brake, and upgrade the turbos, max them out. And then we can come over here into the tuning, which is where we're going to get all the difference. Going to go with the monster truck suspension, obviously, because it's the highest lift you can get and the coolest looking, especially for a mud truck build. Come over here and I'll go ahead and max out my suspension upgrades. There we go. Bring the travel all the way up. For the rear, I actually am going to add some rear steer in here, but I'm only going to do a 50, a 0.50, you know, so 50% rear steer, so the rear tires will only turn half as much as the front. That way it's not too insane of a steering difference, but we'll still have a decent difference. Now for the damping, we are going to bring it up because we don't want it to be too bouncy, so we're going to go up to about 5,000. Oh yeah, there we go. Don't ask me how I was able to get that perfectly onto the 5,000. Will I be able to get the front onto perfect 5,000? Probably not. There we go. Alright, 5,001. That's fine. And the stiffness, we are going to bring that up. We might bring the travel down a little bit. Just depends, honestly. So we're going to bring the stiffness just up to about 25,000. Because we don't want it to have too much body roll. Not at all. So yeah, 25.6 and 25.6. They're not exact, but that's fine. Axle width, we do want these to be a little bit wider. Not a crazy amount, just a little bit. So we're going to go to 0.02. And we're going to try to get the front to just about that exact same 0.02-ness there. Tiny bit back in. There we go. Right at the top of, or well, right at the bottom of 0.2, that is. And shock size, we're not going to change the shock size because it just makes them wider and it just, they don't look like regular shocks at that point. So we're going to come over here to the tires and go ahead and fully upgrade these real quick. Spending tons of cash. Rim size, we're going to just bring it up a little bit. Right at the top of 1.1. There we go. Trying to get it perfect. There we go. Wheel radius. Yeah. I'm not going to go all the way to 2.0. I think 1.8. Right at 1.8 will be perfect for this. There we go. And yeah, we will bring the wheel radius or wheel width. We're not going to change. We'll keep the kind of pizza cutter look to these, just to kind of, yeah, kind of keep that like super mud truck realism there. Because not all mud trucks have fatty tires, obviously. But we are going to bring the travel back down slightly. I think just to the right at the bottom of 1.0 should be perfect. We'll have to make the back a little bit higher. just to make sure it's sitting level. So there we go. We got the look of it all set up. Now the gear tuning, we're going to fully adjust our gears. If you don't have the money to, just kind of, you know, make your gears the way you want them to. For me, we're going to be really low geared because I want to just fly through the mud in all gears, even if I'm just shifting through the gears in high. So 4.0 on the first gear. We're going to do 3.0 on second gear. Third gear will be like 2.5, actually 2.4. There we go, 2.4. And then we're going to come down to 2.0 with fourth gear. And fifth gear, we are going to put it quite a bit lower at like 1.5 here. And that should give us at least a little bit of higher end speed if we get into fifth gear for like driving around. And yeah, now we'll dyno run it. Obviously, it's going to have the same amount of power as everything else, but you can see the torque pull on there. 1,000 torque, 600 horsepower. Yeah, that's about the same as everything else before you do the perfect setup. Because I almost forgot to do that. So do the perfect setup on it. Of course, if you don't have the money to do that, don't worry about it. It'll give us 1,100 torque and 700 horsepower. And flex, why not show you guys the flex, even though it's a mud truck. See, I don't know why sometimes when you link it, it does that, where it doesn't, like, sometimes it works fine, other times it doesn't. Oh well. Like, sometimes it goes backwards, sometimes it goes, you know, pulls both of them. Even though linking should, you know, adjust it properly for both flex sides. Go to third here, show you guys how it'll hit some, bounces just before we actually take it out. Obviously, it's doing pretty good. So I'd say that's pretty perfect. So we're going to take it out to single player custom maps. And off your rocker. Mile long trail is what it says. Let's see. No, there's not really a mud map there. Search for mud. Do the highest rating. And deep muddy water. I don't really want deep muddy water. I want realistic mudding. What if I do real mud? Real mud trails, real mud drag, real mud. Swamplands, play my new map, Swamplands Mud Park. It's bigger and better. Really? Let's do it. Guy says it's a better map than that one, so let's try this. Hopefully the mud on this map will be decent. I don't want to, like, you know, go into like the deepest mud pits people have made, because obviously the deepest mud pits are kind of harder to get through with anything, regardless of your tune, and I want something a little bit more realistic for us to test it out on. So I'll get back to you guys when it's done loading. Alright, so we got the map all loaded up here. Gonna go ahead and hide my speedometer there. We'll go into free cam and zoom out some. Ooh, that's the wrong button. She wants to pull a wheelie too. Oh, she will pop wheelies. Nice. That's like a realistic wheelie tune too. Dang, son. Let's try that with a rear diff locked. Oh, yes. We got a wheelie machine, guys. Oh, yes. Let me try to get a screenshot of that here. I don't know if it took a screenshot in time. No, probably not. Let's try that real quick, or let's go look at that real quick. This is the wrong folder apparently. No, it's not. Did we get? Yeah, we got one that's partially doing a wheelie. I don't know. Let's see if I think it might do a wheelie better Oh, into a tree. All right. Screenshot it. Did you? God, it took so long for it to take a screenshot or save a screenshot. But yep, okay, there we go. We got our screenshot there. All right. Low gear too. Oh yeah, wheelies. I was not even trying to make a wheelie truck, but we made a wheelie truck, guys. And I'm pretty sure if I throw this in 4-wheel drive, nope, no wheelie. Yeah, dude, that's sick. We made like one of the best wheelie tunes I've ever made, and I didn't even try to do it. I mean, I'm sure that the short wheelbase also accounts for the fact that it's doing a wheelie so easily. But the fact that we made a wheelie tune without trying is pretty amazing. So I'm definitely going to put that in the title for you guys. That way you know, hey, there's a wheelie tune out of this thing. Doesn't do too bad a crawling if you know, get your front tires over it without slamming the gas. Trying to find the mud, so hopefully we'll find the mud soon. Actually, there was probably mud right at the start. Maybe. It doesn't look like it, though. We got kind of caught up in doing wheelies. And of course, like I said, this is not a speed demon, so, you know, you'll get about 60 miles an hour out of it, which is honestly more than enough. Like, it's a mud truck, so we don't need to be breaking speed records. Almost said speed rules. But yeah, we don't need to be breaking speed records, but 60 miles an hour is more than enough speed to get you from point A to point B in a decent amount of time. And, you know, have all the torque in the world. I really want to find some mud, though. Like, the water, it's like, okay. I'm on what now? Grass? Okay. Doesn't even seem to care. Is that some mud there? And, yep, there's some mud. Oh, that's deep, son. We'll throw her down into first gear. Oh, yeah. She'll pull them wheels up and just fly through it. Oh, that's deep. Whoop. Let's go ahead, throw on our diff locks here. Woo! Mud wheelies. I mean, mud wheelies are easily done, but oh yeah, it's definitely taken a liking to doing those. There's another little mud pit over here amongst the water. I kind of like the way he designed that. The map maker designed this, so I'm definitely going to throw this in my favorites so I can remember to come back here at another point in time. I like how he did it where it's like kind of a flooded out area over here and there's mud within that area. I like that. So shout out to the guy that created this map, which I did not even read the name of his, or read his name when I was loading in the map. But of course you guys saw me choose the map, so you all know what map I'm on. Oh, I thought that was a backflip ramp. It is not. There's I mean, I guess it could be a backflip ramp, but kind of he mixed two pieces together there and kind of stops you from taking a jump there. I don't think the map creator wanted you to jump there, so that's probably why that's a thing. Oh, I see the third mud pit. Is it still only 3 mud pits you can do when you create a map? I haven't created a map or even went into the create a map in such a long time, but I'm pretty sure that's all there is. You definitely have to lower it down into like second gear or so to go through the mud. But if you don't want to pop wheelies, just throw it in second gear and you'll just kind of chug along through the mud. First gear, you pop those wheelies, front wheels come out of the mud and you're just flying through it. Which is kind of a weird game mechanic, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Because, you know, if you mess with your truck physics, you can pretty much fly through some mud without even trying a lot faster than your friends will, just because your front wheels come up off the ground. Definitely liking this build. Loving the fact that it will pop a wheelie right off launch and yet not be so bad that you can't drive it normally. Like, it only pops a wheelie on launch in rear wheel drive, which makes sense. Because, you know, if you're all wheel drive, you're getting traction in front and rear. Yeah, you can either throw it in reverse real quick to get a bigger wheelie, or either neutral launch it, or of course you could hold your handbrake. Actually, you really can't because it doesn't work well enough. Got too much power for that. So yeah, you'll need a manual transmission if you want to pop really big wheelies with this kind of tune. But the fact that you can pop a wheelie at all with this tune is pretty nice. I think reverse forward is going to give you the biggest wheelie out of it all. Yeah, definitely gives you the biggest wheelie out of it all there. Of course, low gear as well. Whoops, wrong button. Low gear as well is going to just give you bigger wheelies in general. But even in high gear, like, you can do some decent little wheelies with neutral launch. Or, well, a full, you know, high RPM launch, I guess I should say, not a neutral launch. That kind of sounds silly. Yeah, definitely a really cool build. Definitely handles nicely when you're in four-wheel drive, and pops wheelies in rear-wheel drive. So it's a good little build. And, you know, it has the added bonus of looking absolutely amazing. I'm sure, actually, if you probably put the biggest wheels on this, it'll probably do even crazier wheelies, because that seems to be the way the game physics works sometimes. Because pretty much all of my, like, really crazy wheelie builds have always been with, like, big-ass tires. And while these aren't the biggest tires you can get, they are decent sized. And all-wheel drive just won't pop a wheelie, which is perfect. So you don't have to pop a wheelie every time you drive. I think this is probably the best wheelie tune I've ever made. I said that earlier, too. Yeah, definitely a really cool build. This map is cool. Like, it's got a really cool design to it, but at the same time, it's kind of boring if you don't want to drive on the trail. And all you want to do is mud, which is the whole point in me coming out here. But there is mud on this map, and the way he designed it's pretty cool. So definitely a cool map that we're on as well. It has the added benefit of having trails that you can run through. Like, obviously, right over here, there's a big old long trail you can drive on and rock crawl over. I just didn't want to do a lot of rock crawling. Not with a mud truck, anyways. Woo! Even though it'll do it no problem. Crawls right over the rocks. And turn the headlights on here for you. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. And we'll see you guys in the next one.